Hello everyone, welcome back to Court Farms. We went to pick up the 5600 from the shop. He needed the space. So we just thought we'd wander over there and pick it up and drive it back ourselves, which has been great fun. Right, we'll just pop it in the shed here because the 7000 is still in here and I think we're going to have to get that out soon, give it a clean, get it sorted. So that means we can play around with stuff, and to be honest the big tractors barely fit in there with the fuel tank next to them, so that'll do there. Although I think there's probably space in front of that for the 8830 as well, which we haven't made a decision on yet. I think we're going to haggle a little bit on price, but I do want it. I've decided I want it, so regardless we're going to get it. So we'll see if there's any movement on price. In fact, I could just ring him now, couldn't I?
Hello, FSG. I wondered how long it would be until you phoned.
Hello, mate. Okay. Would you take $5,000 less for the 8830?
Oh, you are pushing me, FSG. It really is a beautiful tractor.
I know it is, but you want it off your hands. I'm happy to take it. I just think it's a little on the steep side.
And you'll take it to shows and stuff, and let people see it?
100%. That is the whole deal behind this collection, is that I want people to see it. I've got plans to build a shed and display stuff, so yes, it will be available to people to see.
Alright then, FSG. You've got your seller deal.
Wonderful. Excellent. That's brilliant. Okay. No worries. Well, I'll maybe head down at the end of the day and collect it. We've got a little bit of baling to do, but after that I'll come and get it. I'm excited. Thank you very much. Pleasure doing business with you. Wow, there we go. The collection grows. Right, at the end of the last episode, we were about to bale this, weren't we? So, let's push on. Let's get this done quickly. I was going to put these bales on the trailer, but what I think I might do is just drop them straight into the bale storage over there. So, it shouldn't take us too long to crack on with this. So, why don't you sit back, enjoy this, and then we'll come back in a little while for a chat. Right, there we go. We are done with 91% of a bale left in, which is a little bit frustrating, but it will be there for the next time. And we've actually got a lot of bales off this field, which is great in terms of giving us a little bit of income from silage later on, and something for the cows, of course, as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to get them picked up. We're just going to drop them straight in there with the front loader. Like I said, there's no point in sticking them on a trailer to just drive them a few hundred meters. So what we'll do, in fact, I think there it is, sitting on the front of the fast track there. So we should just be able to run and get both of these done. Now I'm going to try and get this around this corner and into the shed and tucked away. And I think the best thing to do is jump straight in and try and get this done. What time is it now? Let me just pull up the HUD here. It is coming up to 4 PM in the afternoon, so I think by the time we've got these bales off, then it'll be time to go and get the new 8830, and then we'll see what tomorrow brings. But there we go, that is in the shed. I'm just going to leave it there for now. We'll come and get it after we've played around in the JCB for a bit. So we'll jump straight back into a little time lapse now while we grab all these bales. and then we'll come back and have a chat. So we'll see you very shortly. Right, here we go. Last 2 bales. That didn't take long at all, to be honest, and it did make total sense to just pick these up and run them to the shed, rather than pick them up, put them on a trailer, run them to the shed, and then unload them. So, there we go. Last 2 picked up. Just run these back and drop them in, and then get parked up, get cleaned up, and then we'll head down and pick up our brand new, well, it's not brand new, but it's new to us, our new Ford 8830. Very excited about it. Right, so there we go. That is a nice haul of bales, that. I'm very pleased with that. Let's just jump out. That's going to be worth a good chunk of cash in a little while. Very excited about that. Right, let's get the fast track parked up. And let's head over and pick up the 8830. Right, here we are. He said he'd leave the keys in it for us. We can just pick it up and go. Money's been transferred, and there she is, our new baby. And she's looking fine. How exciting. This actually is the first one we've got. I don't think it needs any work doing to it either. It is in immaculate condition. So let's jump in the cab and take her home. There we go. Let's get it out of here and get it home. Well, that dashboard is such a blast from the past. Having driven these when I was younger, I'm loving this. Fantastic. We might even get this to do some work if we ever get to a point where we're too busy, but for now we're just going to have it as a show tractor. I'll park it straight in the shed with the county. Now by the time we get this home, it's going to be pretty late. No point starting anything fresh today. I know James is just finishing off ploughing the big linseed field, so we will have to get into there and get some planting done at some point. And we've got the cornfield now, just here. Now we've got the crop off it that we need to cultivate and get planted again. So we need to think about that as well. But in the meantime, I believe they're dismantling the shed tomorrow. And I'm going to put in a little offer for that land and see if we can get it, because I see that as a perfect place for our little tractor collection. I want to open it to the public. I want to have a little yard with all the tractors in. I mean, we've only got 4 at the moment, so it's not really a big collection, but I'm intent on collecting a few more. So I have put the ask out to everybody I know. They see old Fords to let me know, and I will be in touch with them. So yes, what I would love to see is a shed here or something like that. Yes, can you imagine? We have a storage shed here, but then a row of old classic tractors lined up along here. I may move this fence or remove this fence as well so people can see them from there. Imagine if you're driving along the road and you see those. What a great attraction that might be for people who are interested in tractors and farming. And maybe it's not just Ford tractors as well. Stu has sent me these fantastic pictures of some of the old American tractors he's spotted on some of the farms he's been working on, so we can definitely consider looking at those as well, and maybe even importing the odd one or two. But for now, I do know there's a lot of old Fords out there that people would love to see. So let's jump into this again. Let's get it parked up. And let's come back tomorrow and see what's happening. I also realised I said we had 4 of these. Of course, how could I forget the TW15? It's a workhorse still, but I think I might maybe retire that and put it into the collection. We know it runs well, it needs a little bit of TLC, a few bits and pieces to sparkle it up and make it all shiny again, but in principle, it's a very good tractor. But for now, until we've got a little bit more time on our hands, I think we're going to park this in here next to the county and think about the bigger plan for it. There we go. $88.30 and the county parked up together, looking fab. Right, I think that's it for the night. I think we... oh, hang on a second.
Hey FSG, you know off the back of your request to keep a lookout for some old Fords? Well, I think I might have something you might be interested in. It's a little bit further up the country, near Sheffield. But there's a guy there that's getting rid of a small collection, shall we say. I think it's only about 4 or 5 tractors. But I thought it was something you would be very interested in.
100% I'm interested, yeah. No, that sounds great. Do you want to send me the details? And maybe give him a call, or maybe even head up there. Work's going well at the moment, so I could probably leave the farm for a few days.
Yeah, no worries FSG, I'll do that.
Excellent, thank you. Interesting. Well, on that note, let's head in for some dinner. James is just finishing off ploughing down there, and that'll be done. And then we'll have a think about what we do tomorrow. So, I guess we'll see you in the morning. Good morning, everyone. We have just come off the phone from the chap up in Sheffield with the Ford tractors. He suggested we head up there and go and visit him and check them out, because he says they're well worth seeing in the flesh. Now, before we do that though, we've got a few things to do at the farm. James finished the big field, the big linseed field down at the bottom yesterday, but he has now got the cornfield to do up here, hence the reason the tractor's parked there, ready to go. Cows have got enough food to keep them going for a little while, but we need to keep tabs on them as well. Now this grass field is done, it needs rolling, so we should probably do that at some point as well. And then we've got to think about what we plant in those fields. So in the linseed field and the cornfield, what are we going to put into them? So, yeah, decisions. Let's just look at the calendar and see what's happening with that. So there we go. Like you see, we're in a good window here for planting of something like wheat, barley, canola and oats. Only other things we've really got on our side, well, we could do linseed or rye, and alfalfa as well, but I'll be honest, I don't really know what I want to plant yet, and we don't have a desperate urgency just now. The next one, we've got all the way through to next month for canola. That's the earliest one, so I'm not going to worry about it just yet. I think the priority would be to get this rolled and sorted, and then we can worry about things after that. So let's get the roller out, let's get that done, and then at the same time we'll get James into the cornfield and get that being ploughed, and we'll push on and see what we can get done. Right, James is all set up and running in here with the plough. This is going to take him a few hours to get done. I still think I need wheel weights on the back. See a wheel spinning a little bit there? But he's really good with the plough. That's his forte, he loves it. So we'll leave him doing this. Now, why don't you come with me? We're going to head down to the store, because we picked up a nice set of meadow rollers the other day, which will work perfectly in the grass field that we took the bales off yesterday, because that needs a little bit of a roll. So we will do that while he finishes this, but look at him go. Well, Massey working overtime there. So this is what we picked up at the store. Very nice set of rollers, and look at the price. £2,360. I mean, an absolute bargain. They are second hand, but they'll do a wonderful job in the grass fields. So well worth taking. So we're going to do that, and we'll go and grab those now. And do you know what? I've decided it's going to be the last job the TW does before we retire it and turn it into a show tractor. So Let's give it a good send-off, shall we? Okay, here we are, just arriving at the store. And they have left them out for us, as per usual. And I think there they are, yes. Right, let's get hooked up and get them back. We don't need a lot of horsepower for these, so the TW should have a great time with them. Right, here we are. Back on the farm, and you can see James over there as well doing his thing. So let's get these unfolded and give them a go. Right, rollers are down and they are looking good, so we're going to push on. One last hurrah in the TW. And there we have it, field done. Now there are a few little bits and pieces I'm just going to tidy up, which will take a couple of minutes, just on the turns here. I'll run over these and then we'll get this parked in the shed and we'll have a chat about what's going to be next. Right, there we go, rolling everything up, so to speak. And you can see James there doing a fantastic job in that field. He's making good progress there. Right, let's put this away as we said. Now, next things, I think we're pretty much where we need to be with the farm. Like I said, decisions on what we do next with the fields aren't urgent. We're not got big pressure to do those, so we're not worried about those today. I am thinking about jumping in the car and heading up north to check out these other fords as well. Also, Davey said he was working late on the 7000 last night. He said to go and check it out as well, so we should definitely go and have a look at that. And I think we should wash this TW and get that into the shop as well, because, like I said, we're retiring it from work now, but it will become one of our show tractors, so we want to give it a good maintenance overhaul and give it a good clean as well. Make sure it's in immaculate condition. So let's have a look at the 7. Oh, wow, he's cleaned it. Thoroughly cleaned it. Look at that. It's starting to come together nicely, that, isn't it? Look at the paint everywhere. Look at the paint flexes. Somebody's painted this before and managed to get paint all over the tyres. That's shocking. Right, we'll do a better job than that when we renovate it. He says mechanically it's almost done as well. Just needs to get painted and tidied up from that perspective. So, looking good. So, then we'll probably move on to the 5600, and then of course the TW as well, which is a beautiful tractor. Look at that. Right, for now let's just give it the once over with the pressure washer, put it back in the shed, and we'll worry about it another time, or at least we'll let Davey worry about it. We've got other things to worry about. Right, there we go. Another job ticked off the list. And like I said, not much going down now. And our contractor book has been relatively quiet recently, but I haven't checked it for a day or so now. Mrs. FSG's been managing the office, so there may be a couple of new contracts in there. So let's have a look and see what's what. Right, we've just checked the contracts. We have a live one for Isaac here. It is rolling, which is just what we finished, to be honest. Roll field 18 to compress the soil after seeding to increase the yield, which is a good one. Now, field 18, if I remember correctly, is, yes, it is down here. So that's a field we've, I think, been in a few times now. Nice little job, that. Now, that is a different roller to the one we've just been using, not the meadow roller that we use for the grass, but behind our cultivator here is the roller that we would use for that. There it is. So we'll maybe jump in, get this out, and give that a go. But I think at this point it's probably time to say goodbye for this episode. We'll get that rolling contract done, and then we'll think about heading up to Sheffield and having a look at those old Fords. So, thank you for watching, and we will see you again very soon. Take care. Bye for now.